So I wanted today to be just like a little bit of an update class, just to kind of go over some of the things that have recently changed. Make sure that everybody is just kind of like caught up and on board with all the changes that are happening, particularly in like the website stuff. And then just wanted to go in and then check to see if you had any questions on anything, if you needed to see anything in particular. Okay.
Okay.
So, have your website's already switched over to the newer websites, right?
I believe it is. I think I did that a couple of months ago.
Okay, perfect. So then it shouldn't really affect you switching over then. It may or may not. So I will tell you that it affected my website with them like starting all of this like switching over and everything. Excuse me. I had and so this like just really recently happened, and it was when they released the latest website change. So when I log into command, allow now when I pop out my labels, the last one instead of saying consumer, it now says websites. Excuse me. So when they made this change, and when you go on here to look at the changes, they have this new edit agent site that this thing that's in beta. This messed up my website a little bit. So I just wanted to make sure that for those of you that are using your website, your KW website, just to double check it, because it probably did the same with yours as well. But now, like if you click on this edit agent site, it goes to this editor that's like really, really super basic. So this is just to kind of change just a few things. Excuse me. It did say that this is a beta version of this, so they're still working on this. They're still testing it, they're still adding to it. So right now with what you can do with this, you'll notice that there's three options over to the left-hand side, which is really not with like in terms of like editing a website, that's really nothing. So this is just kind of showing us what's coming, and then just how you'll be able to make changes to your website quickly and easily. When this went into effect, though, it changed my website. So I used to have Albuquerque photos, rotate, excuse me, rotating in the background, and that now has gone to back to their filler photos, and so I don't know why it did that. So I'm gonna have to now go back into my editor and change that back to what it was before. Excuse me. Gosh, these dang allergies. So now when I'm looking at this and I go to my homepage, um, right off the bat, it's not showing me the photos that I had in there previously. So for me, and like we've had classes on the website editor in the past, um, for me, this just isn't enough. Like I know that on the website editor that I had saved those photos, so I would expect that those photos would still be there. And it's not giving me that option here in um, this beta page or whatever that they're doing. So we do have another option now, and it is up at the top right to go into expert mode. Expert mode is what we had before. So they kind of like they tried to do something. And again, it is being worked on. But I don't like that it impacted my website when I didn't want it to. So that's why I wanted to kind of bring this up, just so that everybody, if you are using your KW website, go double check it. Just make sure that it is showing the way that you want it to show, because they might have messed it up a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Um, so when I go to my website, I wanted to show you a few things. There's like everything else in there still exists. The feature properties, the way that I had them filtered down before to show between a certain range, that still exists. That was not messed with. My blog is still the same. It's still there. It has my buyer's guide. And I can go into read more, and that will take me, and all of the other blog posts that I had created are all still there, right? So I still have everything else. It just seemed to have messed with the scrolling photos on that homepage. But everything else is there. So just kind of wanted to bring some shine some light on that. And then kind of just go through real quick and just kind of show that, like, if I do go into expert mode, this is what we were familiar with before. It'll take a little bit. It's going to take me to my dashboard. I've been on this a lot. I don't need the tour. Okay, but it brings me to that dashboard where we've had classes on this in the past, right? We've created custom pages, or we've added blog posts in past classes. And I will do another in-depth class on this soon, but not today. I just wanted to just kind of revisit all of this, and then just show some things that I'm doing in hopes that it kind of gives you guys some ideas on things that you can possibly create for your website, and just giving you some ideas on, like, just different pages that you might want to consider. Okay. One that I just created, which is really cool, is my Staying Social page. Okay. I created my Staying Social page, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to go over back to my website. I'm going to click on, oh, where did it go? It was just there a little bit ago. Let's reload this. Okay, there it is. So follow me on social media. I click on that, and then it's going to bring me to this page that I just created. And it basically, as I scroll down, this is a direct connection to my Facebook page. So it shows how I'm staying social on social media. And I did this with my Facebook page. I could do it with Instagram. Um, I can even do this. I'm glad you like that, Carletta. I can even do this like for a reviews page. So what I can do is, instead of just doing like a follow me on social media, I could do like a check out my Google reviews, and I can pull my Google reviews onto a landing page on my website all to itself. So that is definitely something we've talked about in the past with regards to your Google business profile. You want to maintain it. You want to stay consistently active on it. You always want to ask for reviews. And then, like I've given that suggestion out in the past, don't just ask for reviews from your clients. Ask for reviews and give reviews of the broker on the other side. So the listing broker or the buying broker, the broker on the other side, maybe other people that were involved, maybe the lender, maybe inspectors. If it was a really good transaction, a really like it just everything went really well, and it was a great experience, then help each other out, because they're all running small businesses as well. Help each other out and give each other reviews, and you can start to really stack those reviews a lot more quickly, right? So if one transaction turns into 4 reviews, like, that's amazing, right? So definitely try to consider that. And then once you've got those reviews stacked and you want to show them off on your website, there's a way that you could do that. You can create a page all to itself and see what it could be like, like, see what people are saying about me, or check out my reviews or whatever. And then this page can be that. And I'll show you how I did that. It's actually pretty cool. So it's a site, and I pulled it up. It's right here. It's called Sociable Kit. Okay, Sociable Kit. And this was super easy to use. Okay. This was really, really easy for me to use. It was free, right? So this for me was like golden. So I went to this. It says you can add social media feeds to your website for free. There's a lot of other stuff that you can do on here. You're basically creating a widget. So creating HTML code, and you're going to drop that HTML code into a page. And I will show you how to do that here in just a moment because it's super quick and super easy, right? So I'm going to scroll down first though to show you what else Sociable Kit can do, right? So I'm going to scroll down and like, of course, they're like, here's all the people that use us. But what I wanted to get to was, and here's their reviews, how to use Sociable Kit, right? So embed a LinkedIn page, post feeds on your website, embed your Google reviews on your website, embed Facebook page, which is what I just showed you. All of these different things that you can do for free. Twitter, Instagram, Vimeo, all of these different things you can do by just, it's basically going to create some code for you and you just drop it into your website where you want it. Okay. Some of the pages on our KW websites, you can't add this to. Like I tried adding it to my homepage. I tried adding it to my about me. Those pages, you'll need to be able to add in a module, right? We discussed like like the featured properties is a module. The blog area, like here's my blog is a module. You'll have to be able to add in a module. And for some of those, they're already locked. So like the homepage, it doesn't allow you to add in a module. The about me, it doesn't allow you to add in a module. So it doesn't work for those pages, but you're able to create a custom page or a landing page where you can do that stuff. Okay. So that's what I did. I went over here, I clicked on, which one was it? This one, embed Facebook page events, or not events, but the page posts, feed on your website. So I clicked on this, scroll down, and then basically it kind of gives you the instructions. And all I did was just click on that number one, that's a hyperlink. So I clicked on that. And then it walked me through the process. It basically said, okay, first you need to sign up for this. So I signed up for it through Google, right? So it just kind of like immediately pairs me to my Google profile. And then the next step was it'll connect me with Facebook. I was already logged in through my Google profile, logged into my Facebook, so it picked it up right away. So I didn't even have to like remember my username and password for Facebook. It just already had me my stuff already plugged in. So then I just went next, and then it took me to my page, and then from there I was able to basically it just gives me the layout and says if you're good with this, then copy this code. So that's what I did. So let's see if it'll kind of allow me to do it again. Let's see. So connect with Facebook, sign up now. I already did this, but let's do it again anyways. So Google. So now it recognizes me. It says it already picked up my Facebook, right? So Adrian, your realtor, it's already picked up. I go next. And then from here, it takes me to where I can kind of start to even design that layout. So what I went with, what you just saw was this basic layout. And I don't know if there's any of these that you have to like pay for. I'm sure that there are. I'm just going with all the free stuff right now, right? So it says stay with free plan. That's what I'm going to stick with. And this is what it looked like, right? So we go back and look at my website. Yep, that's exactly it. So all I did was I wanted to excuse me, I wanted to embed this on my website. So I just went embed on website. And all I did was just pick HTML, because for me, that's just quick, easy code to just drop into our website, because ours isn't a Wix, it's not a Weebly or anything like that. So I just went with HTML, copy code, right? So once I copied the code, then it kind of gives me some instructions on how to go about doing this. These didn't really apply to our website editor, so I just copied the code and then I went back to the editor. Okay, when I went back to the editor, I created a custom page. So I went create custom page. And our editor, it kind of takes a little bit. It has been running a little bit slow. And then basically just to kind of start to create that page. So the page title, and I'm not going to save this one because I already have it on here, but I just basically titled it. So follow me on social media. And then I went down, and the very next thing I did was I went to the modules because I need an HTML module. So you notice over on the right-hand side, the preview, it just shows the title that I put in, but there's no content. So I need to create that module because that module is what's going to hold the content. Okay, so I go to the modules and it's going to give me a list of all the different modules I can put in, from a listing carousel to rich text to all kinds of stuff. But I have copied HTML code. So that's what is kind of leading me right now. So I'm going to go down and I see that they have HTML embed. Okay, so I choose that because that's going to allow me to embed that code onto this page. So HTML embed, click on that. Now for the HTML embed, it creates the module right here. Okay, so right where it says, or it's shown as a yellow bar to the left of it, right? The page contents. This is where I'm going to work from. So what I did was I went to this little drop down. And so I did already create it and I named it social widget because that's just how it's going to show for me internally. But if for you, if you don't already have this created, which you don't, you're going to go create new, right? So create new, it's going to bring up another page where it's going to allow me to start putting in this code. So you're going to first name it internally. It's a widget that came from the what's it called? The social kit or whatever. You can name it however you want. Use the Facebook widget, social kit widget, like whatever. So you name it Facebook widget, and then that code that you had already copied, you're going to click on the raw HTML, you're going to click into the box, and I just went Control V to paste it in. Control V, it pastes it in, and I'm just about there. Okay, so now it pastes that in. Excuse me. So now I'm going to hit publish. This isn't publishing it to your, because we went away from that main edit page, we're basically publishing this to the editing page. So this part gets a little confusing. And so I waited a little bit and the preview comes up now and it shows it. This is what it's going to look like. I'm good with this. This is now what my website's going to have. I'm going to hit publish. And then so I'm going to wait a second. And then it takes me back. Well, now it shows the revision. Now it's going to take me back when I hit back to that editing page. And I'm going to give it a second to update. Well, no, I have to choose it. So I'm going to go to the shared section again. And that Facebook widget is right there. I'm going to choose that from that search. So I'm going to go Facebook widget. Now that's chosen. So now that module has that HTML code, has that widget. Okay. Now it gives me the preview over on the right hand side. I can scroll and see exactly what this is going to look like on my website. Cool. I am good with this. So once I am good with this, then once I hit publish from this page, it is going to publish it to my website. Okay. I already have this page created, so I'm not going to hit publish because in fact, I'm probably going to delete this page after this class, but because I've already created it. But when I hit publish, it goes to the website. Okay. That's about as quick and easy as you can add something this like robust into your website. Okay, like that's a really cool, engaging page. Just to be able to quickly go on and see the stuff that you're posting on social media, like that's a lot of content put onto your website. What, in like 15 minutes? And that was it with explaining it and everything like that. It's pretty quick to put in a ton of content. Is that helpful?
Yes, it's very helpful. I have a question though.
Yeah.
So on that very first page, you said that we can't, there's that blog post that's there, and it is the buyer guide, something like that. We cannot change that, is what you're saying, because it's locked?
Correct. So
Okay,
like, yeah, and that's as far as I've seen so far. Like, I know that they're making a lot of changes to the website, unlocking things, moving things. They are making a lot of changes. You can change what blog posts are showing. So you can definitely do that. You can highlight other blog posts, but you can't take that module out. You can't say like, I don't want to have my blog posts showing on my homepage at all. Like
okay,
that's not an option.
okay,
Because one of the major things behind them moving to this type of platform, and them choosing to do things the way that they are doing is analytics for websites and how we're showing up on the algorithm.
hmm,
One of the biggest drivers for that is consistent engagement. So one of the biggest things that they are seeing that's impacting that is blogging. So blog posts have a major impact on how we show up on the algorithm and how we show up in searches. So that is why that they are keeping that module as like a main component of that homepage, because they kind of do want to put the pressure on us to keep that updated, to keep posting blog posts. You can change what's highlighted. And so
oh, okay,
there is
so
that
I think that was my question. So if I want to have a changing blog and do a blog every month or every week or every whatever, I can um the change from the buyer's guide to something else. Is that what you're saying we can do?
absolutely,
Okay, okay, that's what
absolutely.
I was asking. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, so that absolutely you can do that. You're gonna do that from, let me see, let me go back to the dashboard. I'm gonna leave this. Um, it's been a little bit since I played with that homepage, so let me see if I remember. But you are gonna go back to, and I want to say it's either done from the homepage or it's from the blog section itself. I can't remember which. But you're basically going to highlight the blogs that you want shown first. So let me see if I can remember.
And
Let's
again,
take
you're
a
in
quick.
expert mode, right?
Yeah, so we're in
Oh,
the expert mode. We're back in that editor. So let me go down to my blog module and let me see if it'll let me. So display default. Oh, it does allow you to hide it. I thought that they were keeping that. They must have changed it. So they must have gotten a bunch of complaints. So it does allow you to hide the modules if you don't want it. Um, but you should want it. So as far as what is showing up, yeah, here you go. So once you get, so from the homepage editor, so I went back to my dashboard, I clicked on homepage, and then I opened up the fourth module, which is my blog. And right now it's listed as the buyer's guide. I can go down and I can show how many blogs I want to display, add in any filtering, and then I can also switch which blogs on here I'm going to put. So for like you'll notice these little remove or the minus or negative symbols right next to that. You would just simply remove that, or you can just turn the view off for that. And then you can add other ones with that little plus sign. So you would just go plus and you can search, and then you can from the search, you can choose your other blog posts. Right, so on here, let's see, blog post, like I can do this one, like private collection for sellers. That's one that I did. That's actually a video one that I did. If I wanted to show that, which yeah, I kind of do. So I'm going to throw that in there. And then for this, I can also change how they're lined up. So you'll notice over here on my blog, my buyer's guide, it's got that first time home buyer's guide is the most prominent one. If I want to switch this, I'm just going to click on it and drag it up to the top and drop it. So now my private collection for sellers is going to be my first blog post. So now if I go over here and I scroll down, I probably just going to take a moment to update.
I think they're doing something through command, which is great.
Oh, this thing is taking, it's going so slow.
It's all in the Noble link or whatever. No, KW YouTube, I guess he said he's saying.
Yeah, they're saved somewhere.
He's doing a blog post for a collection of sellers.
Okay, so let me see. So let me go back to that. And let's see if it's up. There we go. So it just took a little bit. And I want to change this from my blog, my buyer's guide, because I don't just have my buyer's guide on my blog. Initially when it started out, that's all it was. But I'm going to change that to my blog, to my buyer's guide. You can give it a description if you want. I'm going to leave it as it was for now. But now since I switched the lineup, right, I dragged that private collection for sellers blog up to the top. Now, when you scroll down, that's going to be the first one on the list. And then my buyer's guide is still there, but it's going to be below that. So Carletta, does that show you kind of now how you can like play with that?
Absolutely. And I didn't realize that a blog could be a video. So this is amazing. Great, great. Thank you, Adrian.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. So I'm going to save this because I like this. I'm going to actually keep this on my website like that. I kind of like the graphic that I used for the private collection thing. So I'm going to keep that so that my website does continue to show that. And then I can always go back and check it too, right? So I can go back to my website. And then let's go back to the home page. All right, so back on my homepage, let's see if it published already. It might take a little bit of time, but might not. So it's a little granulated, so I might actually want to switch that out for a higher res image, but otherwise, kind of like it, right? It's kind of working for me. When I click on this, it is going to take me to my blog post. And this one was a video, so I did create a blog, but did do a video for it. So a video blog, a vlog, right? And then if you click on this, it'll play it right from my website.
Hey, what up, man?
Awesome. That was the question I was going to ask, if it takes you out of here, but this is great. It keeps you on the page.
It keeps you on the page so long as they're clicking on the little play button. If they click on the actual title itself, then it will take you to YouTube.
What up, man?
Okay.
All right. So it
Realtors
just
have to
depends
abide
on
by a lot of-
where they click.
Okay.
So great questions, Carletta. That's awesome. That is awesome. So we've covered a lot with like the websites and stuff. With like, do you have any more questions? Like, we can spend as much time on the website stuff. I did want to do a specific website class later on, but this is great. We can get really more into this if you want.
I had one more question. You talked
Yeah.
about having your photos. Did you say that is not your personalized photos on that scrolling screen? Is that something they're working on, or is there a place that we can add it here?
You can add it. So you're going to go back to, so like I'm back on my homepage.
Mhm.
And so what they switched out for me, what I didn't like, that they went back to was their default photos here on the top module. So the
Mhm.
Let's Find Your Dream Home, it's that search module. That's where it changed for me. So when I go back to the expert mode on the website and I click on that first module, right? So I'm on the homepage editor, right? So let's just go all the way back. So dashboard. So when I first go to this, I'm first on my dashboard. I choose the page that I'm going to edit. I want to edit my homepage. So I click on that.
Okay.
This takes me and it's going to show me that I have 4 modules on my homepage that I can edit. I'm going to click on that first one because that one is the one that has the photos that I don't want. So I'm going to expand that. So that first module, boom, opens up and it's going to show me the images.
Uh-huh.
So right here is where I would change that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So
Beautiful.
now from here, I can go and it's supposed to have custom images because I brought in custom images. But for some reason it's showing the default.
Mhm. Okay.
So yeah, I would just go in here to the upload files or add image, and I would bring in my own stuff.
Okay. And then one more question. So sorry for all the questions.
No, it's
You
good.
you mentioned that on your featured properties, you filter the value that you want to have featured. Is that what you said?
Yes. So same thing for that. So I'll close this module
Okay.
and then we're going to drop down to the featured properties module. So the next one down. So I open that one up. That opens up and then I can go in here and I can scroll down a little ways. So all of these are different elements of that module. So it says featured properties, but I could make that say anything. I can say, your potentially your next home or featured luxury properties or whatever. I can change that right here. I can change the description. I can scroll down. The feature properties are going to be based off of a location, a center point, and it's going to go out from there. So it's kind of determined as like a radius search. So
Okay.
what I did for my website was excuse me, I chose the office as being
Mhm.
the center point. Okay, so 6703 Academy Northeast is my center point, and then from there you'll notice I'm showing a max of 10 properties to display, and I'm doing out 4 miles from this address.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's keeping that already is kind of keeping the radius of where I'm searching of as far as what I'm showing on my featured properties. And then I can go further down and I can go feature listings by, and I can change, if it's, coming from my listings or from my brokerage, I can just do that if I wanted to,
Mhm.
close that up, or I can go down to the filter the listings. So this is where we get into like, you can really narrow it down. I've got active and coming soon. I'm only showing houses, but you can show apartments, townhomes, condos, whatever. You would just determine that right there. And then you can determine all of the other stuff. If you want it to have a minimum or maximum number of bedrooms or bathrooms, square footage, lot size. I did do a minimum and maximum price range. So I set that for 300,000 to 600,000. So now all the feature properties they're gonna fit within that price range. Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm sorry. I have more questions if anyone else has them. Please chime
Shoot,
in.
go for it,
Okay.
Carletta.
So is there a way to copy this setup to a blog? Because here's what I'm thinking. It would be awesome if I wanted to target investors and I have all of this other search criteria set up in here. And on that blog, I can feature multifamily homes or whatever. But I would copy what's already been invented so that I don't have to reinvent the wheel. Does that make sense?
Um, can you say that one more time? You're kind of like cutting out just a little bit, and for some reason the audio in here is not going any higher, so it has you kind of low.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I'm on my phone because my computer is broken. So what I
okay.
want to do is I want to create a blog post.
Mhm.
And on that blog, I want to target investors or multifamily living or, building generational wealth, something like that. And then I want to pull in featured properties for them, but it would only be multifamily or duplexes and things like that. So my
So
question is, am I able to copy some of this coding or setup that's already here to put on a blog post page?
I am not 100% certain, but I'm about 90% certain that you can.
Okay.
So like it wouldn't be a copy, you would just have to recreate. So let's look at that real quick. So I'm gonna go back out to my dashboard, leave the site. So I'm going back out to my dashboard. And then let's open up a blog page or blog post. So I'm gonna go blog post, and then this is where I would create that post, right? So saying whatever I need to say about like whatever it is specifically that I'm wanting those investors to see. So I can create the blog post here, and then you should be able to. I'm feeling like this would fall under add module. So you would go add module, and then you would go from here. Let's look at all modules. Let's see if it's going to allow us to do it. If it doesn't, then we might have to do it from a custom page. Well, let's see. Video, image. Okay, so no, the blog post isn't going to work because what I was thinking is that you'll just drop in a featured properties module.
Mhm.
But the blog, for some reason, they don't allow that. Um, they're very limited with what they allow on the blogs. So let's get out of this. And let's go look at if we were to do a custom page. So if I do a custom page, and then I go down to add module. So like the whole like blog post element, you would probably want to do like a rich text module where you can like, type in what it is, like the information or your content that you're wanting to type in. Or if you're wanting to do a video, just drop in a video module. And then below that, let's see if we can do, so we've got listings, rich text stat. Okay. I am not, I'm not sure. I'm not seeing what I was hoping to see. But I think
Mhm.
that there's a way to do it. I'll have to get back to you on that. I'm gonna have to do a little digging, but I'm pretty certain there's a way to do it.
And can we destroy this website by playing around?
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm not destroy it, but you can play around with it. Like you can
Okay.
go whatever you need. Just remember that once you hit publish is when it's going out. Um, But I mean, even if you publish something, if you go to your website, you look at it, um, and you don't like it, you can always go back in and unpublish it or delete it or whatever. Um, okay, let me see. So this is what I was hoping to see if this is gonna work. So listing carousel, title description, pinned listings. Ah, I'm gonna have to play around with this a little bit. I thought this was going to be a quick little drop and like plug and play kind of thing. Um, but it's not quite giving me what I was hoping to find. So you can do this, like you can pin listings to it. So if there
Mhm.
are certain multifamily or investor type properties that you do want to show as like a listing carousel, You could put that under that blog post.
It just
Um,
wouldn't be dynamic though.
It wouldn't be dynamic. Correct. Correct. So it is one way to do it, but it would be something that you would need to like go in and consistently update,
Mhm,
which is just more work.
mhm.
So let me play around and see if I can figure out a way to do it with an actual like featured property element.
Okay. My thought, which is probably too simple, is to go and copy that whole section and then change where it points.
The only way I can think to do that would be to do like an HTML embed.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but I'm not sure how you would do that with this.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, let me play around with it a little bit and see if I can figure it out.
All right. Thanks, Adrian.
Yeah, of course. Let me write a note for this. Uh, for blog. Okay. Cool. That's great. Great question. Um, and then once I figure it out, that helps me too, Carletta, because I'm going to add that to my website.
That's
So
right.
thank you for the idea. That's awesome. Love that. Okay. So real quick then, we talked about a lot of the website stuff. Let's back up into other things that have been updated then. Okay. So we have, let me go back to command. Excuse me. Back to command. Let's see. So for those, and I believe Carletta and Bob, I think you both have probably already updated to the new platform or website. So this may not apply to you, but this section should already be good to go. This is what you should be seeing. So it should be when you do your pop out, it should say websites now instead of consumer. If you haven't done the upgrade yet, then it will say consumer still. Um, and then what we were normally seeing was over here on the settings, to manage my website. This is how you would get to that expert mode now, what it's called. But this is also where you're going to do just some quick settings on how you want the restrictions set on your website. Okay. As well as finding that app URL, which is really important. Okay. Aside from that, some things that I wanted to show you, if I go over into excuse me, over into contacts. I have added a lot of contacts recently from open houses in here that I need to clean up. Oh my God, I got to go through and tag these people and get them on smart plans and do all that stuff. So a quick, easy way for me to determine all of this is to use the filters. They have actually updated some of the filters and how you can use them. So what this is actually really, really cool, quick way to kind of like get to the portion of your database that you need to get to. So if I go into filters, let me move these over here. So if I go into filters, they've added some things now. You can actually scroll down and you can filter by smart plans now, which is really useful. So I can go into filtering by smart plans, and a couple of the options in there now is no smart plans. Excuse me. I can go into no smart plans, or I can look for people that have specific smart plans or any smart plans. Um, and I can filter out that way. So this is a quick, easy way for me to find those people that might just kind of be lingering in my database and I'm not doing anything with. Okay. So if let me back out of this real quick. I have 145 people in my database right now. I should be at 201 plus, but I'm not there yet. Shame on me. I've not worked on this the way that I need to. But if I'm at 145, and then I go to my filters and I go to smart plans and I pick those with no smart plans. It's gonna be embarrassing. If I go with no smart plans and I hit apply, it pulls up 141 people. So I've only got 4 people on smart plans. I need to get those other 141 on smart plans. All right, something, some kind of smart plan, a 33 touch, a 36 touch, even just a birthday smart plan, just reaching out to them to say happy birthday on their birthdays or whatever. I need to get them on some kind of smart plan, each and every single one of them. Okay. So this is a quick, easy way for me to find those people that are just lingering in my database that I'm not doing anything with. Okay. So that is an update that just happened that is really, really cool. Let's see. Another update that people have been kind of asking me about too is if I go to a specific person, so we'll say like Marty right here came into my open house this on Sunday. If I click on Marty and I go to his contact card, I am now able to let me move this up here. So I'm now able to send Marty a quick email directly from command if I wanted to. Okay. If I just remembered, oh crap, Marty, I told Marty I was going to get him a CMA. Let me respond to him real quick and let him know like I'm working on it. I can go here, click on his name. It now gives me the option to go command email or desktop. Desktop would be like if I was using Outlook or something like that, it would put me there. I'm going to go command email. And now it pops up a little editor, a little composer rather, right here. Okay. So now I can just quickly on the spot send Marty a quick little email saying, hey, haven't forgotten about you. I'm working on it right now. You will have that CMA soon. Okay. So quick little easy thing for us to utilize. And this is outside, of course, doing like a smart plan or having like an email campaign or something like that. This is just for those quick one-offs. Okay. Because before, if I wanted to email somebody, I had to go and like compose through like a campaign and all that just to send to one person. Like that's ridiculous. That's too much. So quick, easy little composer right here, right from the contact card. Okay. So I hope that that's helpful.
And then that keeps all of that communication right here in that activity.
Exactly. Exactly. So you'll notice that like over here on the activity for Marty, otherwise, like I have to manually put it in. So for me, I already kind of have a system for like my open houses that I will, once I get them to log in to the command open house sign in sheet, right? So I get them to sign in there. That goes directly into my database. Then I do the open house, I talk with them and answer their questions, I get to know about them a little bit, and then they leave my open house. And then as soon as they leave my open house, if I get some time, then I go back to, I'm on my phone, I go to my mobile command app, and I go and I immediately, it already has a notification saying, hey, I have a new lead from Marty from an open house. I click on that, it takes me to their it immediately takes me to their contact information, and it asks me if I want to do anything with it. I click on the text message option, right? So it gives me three options. It gives me email, text, or call. And so I click on text, and then and then it asks me, do you want to send them a text through WhatsApp or through your phone, or how do you want to do this? So I always click through my phone, and then it immediately pulls up my text messages on my phone. And so from there, I already have a little image that says that I've created before the open house that says, thanks for dropping by today. It was great meeting with you. I know, how difficult it can be shopping in this market. So please reach out to me if you need anything, any help at all. And it's just a little image. And then I will select that image from my photos in my phone, right? So I select the image. And then a lot of times I'll just do a quick little like custom text message. Like, hey Marty, because Marty came in with Marcos, his son. So, hey Marty, it was really great chatting with you and Marcos just a little while ago. Like, whatever. I have it all right here on the screen. Right. Thanks for stopping by today. It was really great meeting you and Marcos and really awesome chatting with you guys. If you need any help at all, I got you. Just keep in mind that I can set you up with automated searches and get you access to off-market inventory to make things more convenient and open up that exclusive access. So I send that to him real quick, right? Send that. And then as soon as I send it, I, hold my finger on the text message that I just sent, copying it, right? So I go copy, and then I just hit the backspace on my phone, and it takes me back to the last app that I was at, which was Command. And then when it takes me to Command asks, log this activity. And I go, yes. And then it asks me what happened. So then I just go paste. Yeah, I just paste it right in and then save. And now it's on his timeline, right? And so now for this follow-up email, I can be like, hey, Marty, we talked about like getting you a CMA, for your property. I'm working on that right now. That's made up. That didn't really happen, but I could do that from right here on this screen from this composed email. And yes, Carletta, you are correct. It is immediately going to be say everything that I just sent him in that email is going to show up on the timeline. So I am tracking every single thing that I'm doing with them. Okay, everything, including like I also part of my system. I also, and my wife is usually there to kind of help me out too. But I take notes. As soon as they leave the house, I take notes. I go right to my phone, I go right to their contact card, and I add a note. And like for this one, came in with his son Marcos, late 20s. Marcos worked for the cable company, Cable One, now at Intel. Marty lived in San Diego for 40 years. I'm taking notes because it's all those little details that make all the difference with people. That's how you really kind of create those connections. That's how they know that you actually give a damn about them, right? So I am immediately taking notes on them. Usually what I will do is I will go in and I'll tag them right away as well.
So it looks like.
So if I find out that they're like military or anything like that, then I'll start tagging them with all that stuff. Okay, so try to keep track of all that. Any questions for me?
You can use all of this space and then I'll move these back here.
Is all of this helpful?
Yes, absolutely helpful, Adrian. Thank you so much. I'm so sad this class is not packed out.
Well, I recorded all and then I can post it on the YouTube channel and people can watch it if they want, but I know I wind up repeating myself 30, 40, 50 times.
Thank you,
'Cause
Adrian.
People don't show up and then they're all asking the same questions.
Sorry.
So, all good. No, it is all good. That comes with the territory. So, all right, well, let me see. Let me go through real quick, just to make sure that I got you guys the stuff that I wanted to get you. So we talked about the market center sites. We talked about the compose email, the enhanced email editors. What we talked about the filter by the smart plans, the easy web page editor, and the rest is for leadership stuff. Okay, so yeah, we covered the stuff that I wanted to cover. We talked about a sociable kit, so make sure that because that is a tool that you can use for free. You can do the premium if you want. I don't know how, I haven't looked at it yet to see what the premium offers, but at least use Sociable Kit, at least use the free version, right? That's where you can go and you can create those widgets for your website and pull your whatever, your Google reviews, your Instagram posts, your Facebook posts. You can pull that stuff onto your website. So be sure to take advantage of that. Okay.
And Adrian, I had one more question. For that Facebook page that you pulled, that was your business page and not your personal page, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, because I don't think that it didn't give me the option to pull a personal page. So
you
I think it only works for the business pages. So yeah, you would have to have a business page.
Perfect.
So, all right, awesome, you guys. Well,
I am interested to know that if my website, and I don't know that I did anything, Adrian, but my command site at the bottom of the column of the killer the left-hand column, it does say websites. So am I assuming that my website has been updated?
Yeah, yeah, you
Who
should be
updated it?
websites and not consumer. And yours is updated.
Yeah, who updated it?
I think you did it. I'm pretty sure we did it in one of the previous classes.
Oh,
And
you
I
think
think-
we did? Oh,
I
okay,
could
because
swear that I remember you doing that.
I know you keep threatening us at the team meetings that if you don't do it, you're gonna go away. And I thought I better ask you how that happens, but I was up on the command site and it does say website, so I'm still active.
Yeah, you should be good. And it's not that it's not that if you don't do it that it's going away. It's that if you don't do it, it's gonna happen anyways. And if you had any custom pages, those custom pages will go away. So
Okay,
that's where we want to make sure that if anybody is using their website to that level, we don't want them to lose their custom pages.
okay. I don't think I have any custom pages, but from my notes, I can go into that expert mode and then add some customization to the site.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all
Absolutely.
I wanted to know. Well, Adrian, thank you. I always appreciate your time, and I was afraid I was going to have to leave because I'm waiting for a contractor to call me from a listing, but I'm glad I got to go through the whole thing, and I'm glad to know my website is updated.
Yeah, this was good. And Carletta, thank you so much for all the questions. Those were really good questions. We got to dig into some really cool stuff.